Welcome. Today, I'll be reviewing the recent release by Broadway Limited, the GP30. This is the U.S. Air Force paint scheme, and this was a stealth unit. So, one thing is I'm going to cover what I love about this locomotive is the fact that the paint scheme is awesome. It's really cool paint scheme. I'm going to move a little bit so you can see the side view. So that whole paint scheme goes all the way down. But I'm going to focus on the front. So I'm going to move it right back. Now, one of the things I loved was the fact of how it was packaged, because they literally had foamed every bit of this locomotive. From the front to the back, so all the handrails were in the perfect spot. Sorry about that. But this thing runs really, really good. I haven't had any mechanical issues with this locomotive whatsoever. It ran like a dream. It pulls a good amount. It weighs quite a bit, surprisingly. It has some real heft to it. I mean, there's only the only thing that I would definitely say that I don't like about this locomotive is just the fact of it comes down to the lighting features, which is not a huge deal. But there is one thing that is a bit concerning. But I will cover that in a little bit later. But I did buy the stealth unit so I could put my own decoder in it. So I don't think this would be an issue with the Paragon 4 version. So this lighting feature only pertains to the stealth unit when you're putting your own decoder in. Because the one thing that I don't really care for is this. They have both those top lights hooked together on one unit. And they have the number boards separated for one reason or another. But the rear class lights are hooked separately. No, not the number boards. They have the class lights hooked separately. And the rear class lights, when you turn them on, they send a message to my decoder saying there's an error with the connectivity. So I just don't use it. But, so, yeah. So, get your headlight right there. So your first FX3 would be both the gyro light and your emergency light. Gyro light. The Mars light and the gyro light are hooked together. You have an interior light, which is awesome, which is your FX4, your FX5. I believe maybe there is an FX6. So they have your front class lights hooked together along with your rears. Yeah, your FX6 is your rear class lights, which throws an error out for one reason or another. But your FX seven is your front number boards, your rear number boards. But let's turn her on. So I just have this thing cranked to 1. I barely have this thing going. So this is on my NCE speed step 1 of 126 speed steps. Now, one of the things I love that Broadway has for their locomotives is their especially their well, across the board with their stealth and sound, is the fact that speakers are already installed. So if you have a Paragon 4, I sure hope it has a speaker in it. But I know that, and I've been told, now I haven't had an issue with this locomotive, but they do come with speakers, whether or not they're not blown or not for one reason or another. Because you'll have bad speakers, but just something just keep in mind. Don't let it be bad experience. I'm just making you aware of the situation, but I'm just saying that if it is blown, it's an easy replacement. It's not a headache. But I haven't had that issue yet. I've really lucked out with not having any issue with a blown speaker that is right out of the box, or a screw running through one of the wires, which both happened to the exact same person I know. So either he has really bad luck, but I mean, I really enjoy this locomotive. Broadway makes really good stealth units, especially when they come down to good pickups. I'm not disappointed on the quality of the locomotive. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that these lights are hooked together, then my rear class lights are throwing an error message. Other than that, those two things, I'm not upset with anything else. This locomotive runs perfectly. I throw whatever I want to at it, and it does it just fine. It'd be a perfect switching locomotive, especially for the Airforce, if I did something like that. But I love these fantasy schemes. I know I'm going off, but one thing is, there is something big coming along the line, and you might want to stay connected to see what comes up. But if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Hit that bell icon and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day.